Trusty and Rachel slipped inside the stockroom at once and shut the door behind them. Honey was wearing a pale yellow dress and little sherbet yellow shoes. Her golden brown ponytail swung madly to and fro, and she tried to save her party bag. "Oh, girls, please help me," she cried as she saw her friend. "We certainly will," Rachel called back fiercely. Her gaze fell on a large jar of sweets. "Drop stoppers," she exclaimed happily, unscrewing the lid. "Over here, Trusty." Both girls took handfuls of the stoppers and began pelting the goblin with the hard round sweets. "Ouch!" yelled the goblin as a drop stopper bounced off his long nose. He threw his arms to protect his face and let go of the party bag, but he released it so suddenly that Honey shot backwards into one of the shelves. All the breath was knocked out of her, and she dropped her precious party bag. "Oh no," gasped Honey, as the shimmering golden fairy dust tumbled out of the bag in a sparkling shower. The girls and Honey rushed to scoop up the tiny sweet-shaped sparkles, but the goblin was already there, grabbing great glittering handfuls. Just what Jack Frost wanted. He gloated, stuffing it into his pockets. "Now I've got this fairy dust, his party will be better than ever." "Oh no, it won't," Trusty shouted, grabbing a striped candy cane from the floor. Rachel did the same, and the two girls started poking the goblin in the ribs with them. "Ooh, ah, tee hee." The goblin giggled helplessly as the canes tickled him. Stop it." The goblin was laughing so hard that he lost his balance. He tumbled and skidded on the drop stoppers that were on all over the floor. "Whoa," he cried, his arm flailing, and then, "Ow," he shouted as he fell over. All of the fairy dust bounced out of his pockets as he landed and began vanishing before his eyes. The goblin stretched out gnarly green hand to grab it again, but Honey was too quick for him. She waved one at the candy cane and muttered some magic words. Trusty and Rachel watched in delight as all the candy canes on the floor started to shimmer with a golden glow. Then they leapt up and marched smartly over to the goblin. Before he could get his hands on any of the vanishing fairy dust, the stripy candy cane began herding him across the room. "Hey," protested the goblin as the canes pushed him backwards. "Stop that." But Honey's magic was too strong for him. The grumbling goblin was marched right out of the back door of the shop by the dancing candy cane. "That got rid of him," Rachel laughed, as the door swung shut behind the goblin. "Phew," Honey sighed with relief, smiling at the girls. Then she fluttered down at the party bag, and the smile slipped from her face. "Oh dear," she cried. The fairy dust had all disappeared, and the bag was empty. Trusty glanced around the stockroom. It was a terrible mess. There were sweets all over the floor, and the jars overturned on every shelf. "We'd better tidy this up before Mrs. Twist sees it," she said anxiously. "It's going to take us ages." "If only I had some fairy dust, I could magic Everything too right, Honey cried. But that horrible goblin made me spill it all. Rose, came Mrs. Tweed's voice from the shop. Is everything all right in there? Er, yes, we are just coming, Trusty thought back quickly. The girls looked at each other in a panic. They could hear the shop bell jingling as yet more customers came in for sweets. What were they going to do?